What's up, friends? This is Jazz bringing you another episode of Let's Play The Sims 3 Gen Challenge. In the last episode, we had Susie, Tommy, and Angelica, our last three of this generation, and I believe that I can age them up now. So, I believe I can. Yeah. So now I can start aging people up. Now, I forget what I was going to say. I know I'm advertising it, not advertising, that's the wrong word. I know I'm saying this a bit earlier, but starting part 15 and up, you're going to get a bit of a different angle. I'm post-narrating it, so I'm narrating after the fact of me recording the game footage. So back then that didn't happen, but I figured out how to use the story progression mod. For I could see some of the other people get married. It'll get them more likely to do things on their own. So I could see what's going on all over. Some may be pregnant, some may not. Just depends on if they get married and stuff. Hopefully my characters will get married. Maybe the other ones. I have no idea, but besides the point. So now Charlie's aged up. It's funny how Charlie may have been born before the Angelica and them. Or Angelica, Tommy, and Susie, but he's being aged about the same rate. Yeah, well, those things happen. But you probably already figured I've already chosen Angelica as the successor. It's funny, the way I kind of want to do it, for most part, is I want my successor daughter to look a little bit like the father, so because the father of this generation, because the next father will be different, so then we can have a mixture. I mean, I know I should be kind of putting it at, what was I going to say? I should be putting it looking equal as the mother and father, but the mother, like, the only thing I could make different would be the eyes of Angelica, and I would rather have the father's eyes for Angelica, because Susie's eyes, whatever, like, Susie just looks just like her mom. That's just it. Susie is the good one. Not that Angelica's terrible, but Susie's the saint. Like, I know there's a theme I'm going with some of them. Some of them I don't have a theme at all. I just choose from the list what I think suits them in that time. But I decided for the last three ones to have a bit of a theme, which I did Rugrats. Susie was the saint, and Rugrats Angelica was literally the... I mean, I don't know, but for example, the Nostalgia Critic did a Nicktoons review, and by the time he got to Rugrats, he was talking about all the characters that he got to Angelica. And he said, okay, if you don't believe me how evil she is, let's put her face laughing over a whole bunch of things. Like, one was an explosion, one I think actually was 9/11. If it wasn't, that's being insensitive, but anyway, it was kind of like 9/11. And all the world's disasters, and Angelica was going, ah! And it just showed literally Angelica's face over all those natural disasters, and just shows how evil Angelica is. But I don't think this Angelica is going to be as bad, but she'll be kind of sassy, like. Tommy looks just like his father. Well, Angelica is not really, or not Angelica. Susie isn't 100% looking like her mother, but Tommy's going to look almost just like his father. A spitting image. Actually, when they grow up, Tommy's only going to look a little bit different than his father. It's strange, and he looks different, but that's because of his skin tone. It's a little lighter, I believe. But not by much. So, it's Daddy's boy. And Angelica's, except for the fact she's a girl, she's Daddy's girl. Yeah, I wanted him to look kind of, what is it? Not fancy, but not quite casual, just the mid. Oh no, yeah, actually I like that better on him. Sometimes I forget what I did because I recorded this a while back ago, so I'm trying to learn to make a schedule. I find it's funny to say, but obviously I guess there's a reason for it. I find the game recording of the games a lot easier than the post narrating. And I know I could be doing live narration, right? But it makes it hard for me to edit the video that way. Let's say I'm playing the game and I'm live narrating. I could end up with a glitch, like something could happen, like, for example, the game could freeze or whatever the case may be, and then I'd have an issue, right? So it's best that I just post narrate it, like narrate the game, or record the game, edit anything that needs to be edited out, and then do the post narrating. Worst case scenario then is that I have to re-narrate if something goes wrong. And I can just choose what to say, rather than it always being about the game, but I can think of easier what to say. I like that, okay. Yes, I'm mocking Angelica's look quite a lot. But sue me. Well, actually not really. She would have pigtails if that was the case, but I like the hair like that. It's more sassy. It'll be better when she's grown up. Now it's time to age Finley up to a teenager. Good. He is a teeny bopper. Now he looks like his father again, but I'm changing the hair color. A lot of them look like the father when they grow up, I guess. That's just the way it is. But let's age up. Or not age, let's edit you and change your style. But I mean, I never had the progression mod on before. I did not know what it was, and I guess it makes it more likely for the people not in your control to do things on their own. But the only problem is that it rarely does your household. So you have to still somewhat control your household. They won't randomly go out look for a boy themselves, per se. No, that's not right. But they won't randomly go out and, like, get a boyfriend themselves. I mean, right now I still don't quite understand how it works, right? Because I still don't see not many people come to my house. Let's say I'm involved with someone, I have to call and invite them over. They don't do things themselves, like propose. But, oh well. Things happen. Like, I was testing it on another file. Oh, Patricia's aging. Patsy, yeah. But anyway, they don't quite do things, like, even the ones that aren't in my household don't quite do things that involve me, or, like, my household quite often, unless I encourage it. But, at least I know the kids that I don't use will maybe go on and do something. I just have to wait a little bit. Alright. Yep, there it is. Making Patsy look like what she... Oh yeah, I have to go to the other hair. And... hairstyle. There! But yeah, I really like the way this Let's Play is turning out. Yes, I'm speeding things up a little bit more because literally the game takes forever. But that way I can move on to more projects. Like, it is hard for me to make a schedule sometimes because one of the problems with me is I'm very spontaneous. And I could be spontaneous in a bad way too, because I can, go to work, or go to school. Like, I can either be in a mood to do things, but I Actually, that's the thing every day. I am in a mood to do things, but it's not necessarily the things I have to do. Oftentimes, one of my favorite pastimes, besides playing games, right, is being on YouTube, watching videos. It's good in one way, because it gives me, and during that time, I can watch some of my other subscribers' videos, which helps a lot to keep good with your community. But at the same token, it isn't just talking to people and watching others' videos that gets you, views or anything either. You have to have content for them to view. So, well, you know what? I'm going to try to make it more positive out of this conversation. I love watching your guys' videos. And, though there is a story I do have to talk about. I'm not going to give any names right here, but I thought I would share this story. There was this guy that sent me that message, made a comment on it, asking me to check his videos out. I do so quite often. I used to. I'm going to try to hold that back, but I do so quite often because I want to get feedback and I want to know how I can improve my work. So I went and checked his video out. I thought he had good quality, but there wasn't enough videos for me that I would enjoy to stick to subscribe to him, so I didn't subscribe to him. I left him a like because that video is still good. I did leave some feedback. Then he goes not long later saying, "Why didn't you subscribe?" Well, he has good quality work, and there have been people I've subscribed to, but to give them a chance, but they had a bit more variety. Like, for example, I do a little bit, but I don't always read manga too much, but my friend Manga Etc, he has a variety of manga on his channel, manga reviews. And he did not ask me to subscribe. I chose to do that on my own, because I thought I would enjoy his work, and there's a variety for me to enjoy. I may not be the biggest manga reader, but he had enough content on his channel that I could go and support him every day. Unless I was too busy to watch a video that day, but every day I had something I could watch. With that guy, his quality, there was nothing wrong with it. In fact, I thought the quality was really good. But not enough that I would have to always get it in my newsfeed. And I'm trying to think. There was one thing that really strikes my nerves. One thing that really strikes my nerves is, for example, hold on a second, I'm fixing my microphone. There, that's better. But anyway, I'll admit, one time I asked if you like it or whatever, then you could subscribe, and I regretted that. I may not have meant any harm from it, but it still comes out wrong. And I used to be the one to ask if someone would check my channel out, right? But, to the point, one thing that kind of strikes my nerves is someone expecting a sub. They expect me to instantly watch it, subscribe, and they go to the point where they say, "Why didn't you subscribe?" I'll admit, I get excited when I get new subscribers, I really do, but one thing I think about is that some people just don't like the content I have. And strange for me to say this, a lot of people would think the opposite, but that's fine. I do not want people to subscribe if they don't like what they see on my channel. I always say that if you like what you see, subscribe. Right? And he never said anything back to me, which I hope that's a good thing, but I was being honest with the guy. I told him it's not that he didn't have good quality work, or they, whatever it is. I think there's more than one, I don't know. But it's just the variety, the content that's specifically up, I don't really care for. And I don't think I'd be able to get into. There's some things that I can attempt to get into, enough that I think I could subscribe to them. Like one guy I have subscribed to me, not to me, I'm subscribed to him, I word it differently. His channel isn't everything I like, but he has one or two Let's Plays that I could get into and support him with. He has a variety. Like, I love the guy, I think his name is King Bob, I think, and I love his Spyro 2, or is it Spyro? Well, whatever, it was a PlayStation when I played as a child, and it's nostalgic, so I could enjoy that and comment and show him my support easily. Right? I understand it does not help that I am not so open to with my mild autism, it's hard for me to adapt sometimes to things. I understand that, but I'm not too bad, really, with watching things and giving them a chance. But half the stuff on the guy's channel, well, I would get too confused to even try. It's at such a level, like, I'm trying to think what game it is, and yeah, half the time I wasn't even talking about The Sims there, but really, you can't always focus on just the core game itself. Sometimes it's a chance to talk. But anyway, now I'm aging them up to teenagers, so we're getting close to the point. I think I'll wait till the next episode, maybe, to age them up to adults later. Although, it's too bad I want him to look like his father, because that's a pretty cool hairstyle, but I want him to be a spitting image of his father. I want to have one kid in this generation that looks like the father. But anyway, again, I'm sorry to that guy. He probably knows who he is. And I do honestly wish the best for him. There are many people, I'm sure, that likes the series he does. But that's just not my cup of tea. And another thing that I hope he does learn, though, is that even if he is expecting a subscriber, the worst thing he can possibly do is ask why someone didn't subscribe to him. It's fine expecting it, but if you don't get it, then just say, well, I guess maybe the person just didn't like certain things he did. I mean, I can also understand, though, I can also somewhat understand why he did ask me. Because I said I liked the quality of the video, or the video graphics, or whatever, and maybe he instantly thought that meant I would subscribe. I was saying what things I liked about it. Doesn't mean I hated the video, just because I didn't quite care for the series. It's just at that time, he wanted some feedback. I left him some feedback of things that I liked about it. But didn't mean I would subscribe to him. Yes, I know I've subscribed to a lot of Rohan's Shoutout Sunday winners, even if there were some that I didn't like. But there was some variety on those channels that I could give a chance to. And it was of my own accord as well. I found things I could like about those channels. I mean, this what I learned, not everyone is going to love what you do. And I'm learning that myself. I'm just going to let it go and enjoy it from this point on. If I get a subscriber, whatever, I get one. If not, then it's something I can continue doing because I enjoy it. And, as I said, don't get me wrong, I love all you guys who are subscribed to me and comment on my videos and leave feedback and that I get to talk to, and sometimes on a daily basis because of it. So I literally consider you guys my friends. I may not talk to you every day, but I genuinely consider you guys friends of mine. Yeah, making Angelica's costume or suit. I'm kind of editing it just for her. Or trying to. I don't know if that's illegal on this game or not, but hell. It's a game, it's an in-game, what is it? An in-game outfit, so. Whatever. Like, for example, I'm trying to think. I think I'm gonna give some mini shout-outs here. And I don't have a I'm not gonna have a shout-out seriously. I am not popular enough at all for people to see it. But I'm gonna give mini shout-outs right now while I'm talking to people who have commented on my videos a lot and who genuinely like my content, right, that give me feedback on a daily basis and who I seem to be able to trust the message if there's something going on to start off the series. The first guy, well, you know what, I'm just gonna tie these two men. Well, yes, they're men. And they're both Manga Etc. and N-Man64. I've brought those two people up many times. And they're each in their own way, they're each kind of special. They each help me. Manga Etc. may comment more on my videos, but N-Man64 literally always takes his time, if I have worries, to tell me blankly in the truth. He may not message back right away, but that's because he's trying to find the full detail of how to help me and how to explain things to me. And I find that a great thing to do, right? He has great quality work on his channel. Sometimes he can upload 2 to 3 videos a day. That's not every day. But I mean, that's a lot to keep up with, right? Manga Etc. uploads every day, maybe once or twice a day. He mainly focuses on manga, and anime reviews. But his quality is great, right? He's very articulate in the way he explains things. I mean, he may not think so, but he takes his time to help others understand. And there's many people that I want to give a shout out to and talk about more in detail. I mean, this episode I may not get much more of a shout out, but that's because there's not much time left there. There's many people. But I suppose one more shout out is in order. A guy named EJ, forget his name. The rest of the title of the name, it's kind of confusing. EJ Skyhopper. I couldn't remember the Skyhopper part, and he has quite a few subscribers himself, but he's pretty young, so keep that in mind. He does not take criticism to heart. You give him advice, he follows it, right? And that's something amazing for a child. Yes, he said himself he's 10 years old, but he knows he takes it in maturity and stride if you give him advice or constructive criticism. And right at this point, the quality isn't always the best, but he puts all his effort in it, and you can easily tell that he does. I will leave right now those 3 channels down below for you to check out. They'll probably be surprised that I recommended it to you, but I wanted to thank them because they took their time to give their opinions and to help me out a little bit. Well, anyway, guys, I think I'll end this episode off. If you like it, then subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.